Why this damn? I just don't understand why this damn shit don't work.
Talking about your laptop?
It's just every time it's just something with Macs, bro, that just don't like me at all. Computers in general.
Get you an iPad.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna pay for the iPad?
Shit,
Calvin,
man. Hey, man.
Triple what I make.
Yeah, what you talking about, Calvin? You better be making money moves anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Shit, I know.
You can just finance that bitch and only pay like $40 a month.
Yep.
I don't feel like financing nothing else right now.
2 or 3 years, man. Be done. Bam.
I'd just rather pay the shit right out. You know how.
Fuck, I know iPad. Or yeah, because I'm about to speaking of that, I'm about to order in December. I'm gonna order the 14. I'm gonna get a 14 plus.
Yeah. Okay. What is the difference between this one? Like
oh my god. I'm glad you asked because I watched the entire Apple event.
Oh god.
I watched the whole thing. I wanted to know. I want to know exactly, like most people say it's the same phone, which is a better camera. It's not. It is not. First of all, let's just start with the obvious. The camera is significantly better, okay? Because they teamed up with Adobe. You guys are familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
They make movies. So the camera quality of the iPhone 14, you can do that now with 13. Oh my God, Calvin, you look like
blurry, man.
Bro, it's like
you look like astigmatism.
Right, you look like somebody drew you.
That's how I be looking when I'm driving and that light's hitting my face. That's how my eyes be.
You gonna do me like that, dog? That's crazy.
Astigmatism.
Just take the
hold
thing
on,
off
bro.
the background.
We gonna, right. No, it's not the blurry thing. It's not that.
But the phone you can make a 4K movie with the iPhone. So that's just the camera. Now let's talk about the core processor because I believe it's called an A16, and it has I don't know how many transistors. I think they said like 16 billion, something wild. It is the fastest core processor any iPhone, any phone, any smartphone. We're talking not just Apple, but across any smartphone ever. It is the fastest processor in the world. Fast, right? So there's that. They got a new like interface, so it's gonna be more user friendly, and they got like more updates. Like have you guys downloaded the iPhone, the iOS 16 yet?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, probably.
So you can unsend text messages through iMessage. So kind of how you can do with Snap and Insta, you can actually unsend through iMessage. And now like recently deleted photos, you got to use your Face ID to get in. Your hidden photos, you got to have Face
I'm
ID.
I'm a married man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm saying you might have some pictures of your wife on your phone that you might want to hide. Is what I'm saying.
Hey man, I could have used those back in the day, way back in the day.
But yeah, so like there's small stuff like that. But I mean, just it's about the internal pieces of like the.
It's funny you brought that up, bro. I just remember.
What you mean it's funny?
Because man, like back in the how you delete the picture, right? But you try to be slick, right? And you just could recover it and recently delete it, bro. Yeah, that was my move.
Oh, see, look, I deleted it.
When I first started dating my wife, man, I had a little stash, right? And I deleted them all. And she's like, okay, let me see your phone. I was like, oh, shit. She's about to go to recently deleted. Sure enough, she said, get them all off. I said, son of a
bitch. he said, get them all. She said, get them all off.
Get them all off.
No.
Gone forever. Aaron Hernandez.
Damn.
That's okay.
Damn, that's tragic. Okay.
She turned out to be my wife, so it's okay.
So this is my thing. So how many different versions of the 14 is there? Is there 3 or is there 2?
There's 4.
Ooh, okay. Explain that.
So you got the iPhone 14, which is just the basic one, the 6.1-inch screen. You have the iPhone 14 Plus. It's the same as the iPhone 14, but it has a 6.7-inch screen. So it's the bigger screen. Then you have the iPhone 14 Pro, which is it's the iPhone. It's the iPhone. Now you get into the Pro. So the Pro has like I think it has the three instead of the two cameras. It has the three, where it has like action mode, which is actually kind of lit. That's the cinematic mode, action, yada yada yada. But in the Pro's like the Pro's better than like the 14, 14 Plus. So the only difference between the 14 and 14 Plus is the screen size, but it's the same phone with the same capabilities. The Pro has more capabilities than the iPhone 14, 14 Plus, and then you have the Pro Max, which is the 14 Pro with more capabilities and stuff like that. But it's also bigger and it has a slightly more capabilities in the Pro. So there's four. I'm getting the 14 Plus. I don't need the Pro Max. I don't need all the extra stuff. I just need the iPhone 14, but I want the bigger screen. So I'm getting the 14.
Okay.
I just
think I'm due. I think I'm due for an upgrade. So we might be seeing what's up with this one.
Yeah, I paid this one off in December, and I'm gonna get the because it's like 30% brighter screen. The battery life, I believe, is significantly longer. It's all day. You could be on your phone all day, and it's all day battery life, and it's 40% faster than the fastest iPhone out.
Yeah, I think I'm due for upgrade. I'm on this 13, so I think I'm due for one.
Shit, I still think I got a 12, Calvin.
Yeah, I got a 12.
Shit. I'm due for upgrade probably. You know how these companies do?
I don't really care, man. As long as my shit calls and texts and does what I need to do, I don't matter to me.
Mark sounds so old school.
I am, bro. I'm an old timer, like, be like, I just need my vehicle to give me a point A to point B. I just need my phone to give me the point A to point B. You feel me?
Right.
And then again, I really just don't want to give these cell phone companies any more money because they be charging arm and leg, and half the time shit don't even work.
What you got? What carrier?
AT&T, man.
Damn.
Bro.
Well, I can't really talk. I got T-Mobile. Used to be Sprint. It ain't the best, but
Sprint's terrible. But T-Mobile better than AT&T.
Well, I mean, T-Mobile took over Sprint, so their company now and everything. So I mean, it's playing straight.
T-Mobile got better reception on that than AT&T. AT&T, I got full bars and then go 3 feet, move 3 feet, gone, no service. just like that. Just like that. Charge me all that money every month.
That reminds me, the new iPhone 14. So you guys know SIM cards, right? You know your phone has a physical SIM card. There's no SIM card, there's no physical SIM cards in the phones anymore. They're all digital. So that means you don't have to worry about SIM cards, and you can transfer numbers through a new phone like seamlessly and stuff like that. And like
if I lose my phone, so like the incident when I lost my phone to Uber, like that could have been easily solved if I had the the new phone or whatever, since it doesn't have the SIM card.
Well, I mean, you still have to get another phone.
Well, yeah, of course, but like the reason why this phone didn't work is because the SIM card that was in the phone, they deactivated it and everything like that. Exactly. So since now it's digital, in that case, if I did have, you see what
they could just transfer it to a new phone.
Like okay,
that's nice. That's
all your information.
Yeah, but Uber still need to fix that though. That little shit that I was talking about 2 weeks ago. That makes no sense at all to me. That really doesn't. But that's whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna need your phone, Calvin. You might run into a barbarian situation.
Bro, don't even get me started. That shit was that scene change, Mark.
I wish everybody could see your face the way I saw your face when the great reveal happened.
It didn't make any sense, but I mean, it makes sense. But like
later on,
that one scene, man, they were down the tunnel, shit happened, and then it switches to, you know what I'm saying, dude, in California. Like I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hold on, bro. What are they talking about?
I wish all our listeners, Finest, Mitchell, I wish y'all could have seen Calvin's face when the great reveal happened in that horror movie.
I said, what the fuck? I said,
He
what the
wasn't
sick
scared of
shit is
anything.
this?
His jaw just hit the floor. Like he was so in shock of what he was watching.
I was like, what type of sick shit is this? I was like, oh my God.
He didn't even make a noise. His mouth was open. Like he was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I would recommend that movie. You know the funniest shit? I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. When they were in that fucking that tent, and he said, "I've been home for 15 years. She ain't never came in this motherfucker." She came in. I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "That's crazy."
I knew as soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
He said, "She's a crazy bitch. She come out at night."
That was such a classic horror movie trope. I was like, "Oh God, here he comes."
Yeah, man. For y'all horror movie lovers, go see Barbarian. If you just want to be confused from the fucking beginning, just
It's
straight
wild.
up.
It's wild, but it all ties in. Everything
Yeah,
ties
it
in.
does. It does. No, but that smile though, that's gonna be crazy.
Hey
That's
man, that movie's gonna give me nightmares for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, slick.
Hey, I sent like in our movie group the final trailer. Like
Yeah, I still haven't
you know
watched
how
that.
they have like the thumbnails on YouTube. The thumbnail of that video, I think, is the part in the trailer where that one girl walks out, knocks on her car window, and breaks her neck. And in the thumbnail, her neck's broke, right? But she's smiling at her. I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, sir. Nope. So
like,
like,
man,
yeah.
can we talk about something different? He's like, I don't like this shit.
Oh, no,
here like these motherfuckers weird.
I was looking up something.
Yeah. No, but that movie's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna
be straight.
It's gonna be the scariest movie of the year.
Oh yeah, for sure. On some weird stuff, like not even like just some pop out stuff, just overall.
Yeah, some demonic energy shit. Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. What you shaking your head for, Finest?
You guys are weird.
Hey man.
Hey man.
Just like
you like your shit, I like my shit.
It's about the adrenaline, man. Get the heart pounding, get the blood
we got a
going.
civics lesson. We got a civics lesson or something today.
A what?
A civics lesson from Uncle Strip.
Yeah, the fucking shades came out.
Yeah, the shades came out, bro. Come on. Hit me with something that would just blow my mind. Pause.
Let me tell you something. I love when old folks start off something like, look.
Listen here.
Let me tell you something. No, dude, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I can drop something. Give me a topic. See if I got something in the hat for you.
I mean, Mitch already hit on one.
Okay, just give me a random topic.
A random topic.
See if I got something for you. Where my trivia?
Anthony Richardson going for 500 yards.
Not sports.
I had to throw that in the pod.
Tennessee lost?
No, they beat them barely, but they beat them.
Oh, that's right, because they're ranked 8th now, right?
Yeah, they barely beat them.
Okay.
Remember, he didn't know how to throw a football for 2 weeks. His first 2 passing touchdowns of the year came against the Vols.
I was about to say, it took him a minute.
He threw for 460 yards and rushed for like 50 more. He had over 500 yards by himself.
Jeez, man.
All right, Calvin, give me a topic.
I
think some history lessons.
All right, I got you. If there is another universe outside of us, what would that look like from people's experiments, not expectations, but just overall, just research? And how many of those universe, like how many could there be out there, and how far ahead are they, or like how far behind? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So here's the problem with that question, Calvin. One, probably an infinite amount of them. Two,
Yep.
that's all we know. That's the only thing you can conceptually understand. So there's no experience besides our own experience because we live here. We are beings of the third dimension. Therefore, we can only really conceptually understand our dimension. Therefore, we can
Then
only
what's
exist in this dimension. So anything outside this dimension not only is unknown to us, but will be seeked our quest for knowledge and understanding of that set of dimension.
okay? But if there is, what's the research behind it? What's
Well,
their
what do you
what's the
mean? What do you mean?
speculation
What's the
behind it?
research?
Like what's the what do they think is out there? Is basically what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, it depends who you talk to. There's so many. I don't think there's a general consensus on what there's out there. I guess the biggest thing is probably the idea that there is a there's an infinite amount of alternate universes where you make infinitely different decisions. That's probably the biggest one that I'd probably say is a for people that do believe that there's in the multiverse. I'm not 100% sure on if the scientific community has gotten together and say that it's a pretty good theory on the likelihood. I don't know. I do know it is a big field that people are researching. But let's say you do believe in the multiverse. That pretty sure that's the biggest idea is that there's an infinite amount of universes where you make infinite amount of decisions. So there's a Calvin Williams. There's an alternate reality Calvin Williams that lives in Montana instead of Tennessee. That was born in Maine instead of Michigan. There's an alternate universe where I chose track instead of football, or I pursued basketball instead of. There's an alternate universe where I'm not an athlete at all. That I'm taller, shorter, weaker, stuff like that. But yeah, I'd probably go with that.
Plus, I mean, it's not like we're not trying to create our own alternative realities anyway. I mean, they do shit every day. Like the metaverse, that's an alternative reality.
Yeah, they're trying to create a digital reality. People want to get away. We're gonna end up like Ready Player One?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. Yeah, exactly where I was
Hold
going.
on. So you think like AI technology takes over?
No, not that it takes over, but people want for some people their physical lives are so for some people their physical lives like now is so unbearable to them. They want to go in a universe in a digital meta. Let's just call it the metaverse, where they can be anybody they want to be. They can be whoever they want to be, and they'd rather do that than to live in the way life is now.
Yeah, reality. Yeah.
Right, reality. That's some people's like that. Me, fuck all that.
I don't want that.
I'm killing. I'm good right here. Look, I'm killing. I'm killing shit out here. What we talking about? But some people, it's that bad. So
speaking of AI taking over, I know y'all seen that robot a couple of weeks ago. I made the news talking about wanting to kill humans.
Wait, one thing.
Exterminate the human race.
What you talking about, Mark?
Real quick.
What you talking
about? You never seen this robot they made?
You're not talking about the female robot that has emotions, are you? That one?
Yeah.
She joking? Because I know she makes jokes now. She has humor.
That's some dark ass humor. If she's joking. That's the wrong thing for her to say.
I got some pretty dark humor. So
we've all seen iRobot and Terminator. We know what happens, damn it. I don't want to hear this.
I don't know.
It's just like those idiots that want to make dinosaurs again. We've all seen Jurassic Park.
I don't
know
like
the end result. We know the end result.
Yeah,
go ahead and do some stupid shit like that and see the turnout. Do something like that, please.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And then I saw something one time, a post. I don't know how true it is, but it was like they were talking to this computer, right? It was a robot, and it was responding back to them. And it was saying along the lines of that shit, like taking over the world, AI taking over the world, blah blah blah, some crazy shit. That it felt emotions that it felt like we do and shit. That shit was wild. I'm gonna try to find that shit and send it to you, Finis. I want you to decipher it.
Is that the video where that dude's interviewing her? It's because it's a female. So
No, this is a
I
different
don't
one.
want to assume the robot's gender, but it looks.
It's a robot. It's a robot. It's just called a robot.
All right. It looked feminine, right? It looked feminine because I want to get canceled because I
It's artificial intelligence. It's just
a robot, but
it's just a robot. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, but I think they were interviewing it, and it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it's a different one. Though.
Yeah, this one was like a computer or some shit.
Oh, okay.
I need to find it. It's like a long transcript of them talking to the computer and the computer talking back to them and like saying how, some crazy shit. I need to see if I can find it.
So speaking of the dinosaur thing, I had looked up because I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere where they are trying to recreate or revive or clone a woolly mammoth.
Yes. I know.
Why? Why do y'all want to do something like that?
I don't know why, but it says this team of research, they're trying to grow an artificial womb of a hybrid elephant with some woolly mammoth traits to try to
leave it extinct, man. Let it rest in peace.
The problem is they can't find a big enough sample of a woolly mammoth with enough attached DNA to clone it. But they're looking for the shit.
No. Let it rest in peace, damn it. Keep it that way. We don't learn shit from anything, man. If they because they wouldn't stop there, Finis. If they had a successful clone or a successful fake embryo where they could make something like that, they wouldn't stop there. They try to bring back everything.
It's a slippery slope for sure.
Yeah, they wouldn't stop.
All they gotta do is start doing that. And I feel like at first it's gonna seem like it's doing well. They're gonna bring back species that like help the environment, and then they're gonna bring back that one invasive species that's aggressive as shit on accident. It's gonna run rampant, and then they're gonna start bringing back species to stop the invasive species that are more aggressive, and then it's gonna be a slippery slope, bringing back shit we don't need.
Listen. Scientists, whoever, I don't care. There is a fucking reason that people were not roaming around with dinosaurs. That you had small amounts of people roaming around with saber-toothed cats and woolly mammoths and all that. There's a reason for it. Can't coexist. Impossible. Cannot coexist with humans. Impossible. Stop it.
My thing is like if they try to make this stuff, like, can y'all put this shit somewhere that's not close to like a big city, just in case like some shit.
You can't. Don't make them.
You can't. Yeah, just don't make them at all.
I'm just saying, bro. It's our words against theirs. If they want to do it, bro, they're gonna fucking do it.
Where are you gonna put it? The world's inhabited everywhere except for the Arctics. Where are you gonna put them? You have nowhere to put them.
They'll figure it out. I promise you, they'll figure it out.
They can't put them in the Arctic because they're all about saving polar bears. You put woolly mammoths and saber-tooth cats back in Antarctica. Okay, first of all, saber-tooth cat would be the top predator in Antarctica. All of them, they would die. Every one of them. You can't do it.
And then, there's no way to like seclude them to just the Arctic. They're gonna migrate south. Let's go south, see what's going on down there. Then Canada's right there.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
fully populated, and it's cold enough in areas up there to where they could live.
Right. My geography is not off.
Yeah. No, you're right.
North of Canada is the Arctic, right? No.
Yeah, the Arctic Circle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's where the Eskimos live, man.
I was just making sure because my dumb ass.
It's a circle. It's a globe.
Yeah, I wish they would make some saber-tooth tigers. I wish they would, bro.
That's my point, man. If they successfully did this for the woolly mammoth, they wouldn't stop. They just wouldn't. They would keep pushing the envelope. And then when we got fucking T-Rexes roaming the earth again, they would. They just wouldn't stop. I swear to God. You have megalodons in the ocean. You'd have giant octopus. God. I mean, think about this shit. bro. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and I don't know why I got on it, but I was a little curious, bro. The largest snake in the world's ever seen is extinct. It's called the Titanoboa. That fucking snake was 45 feet long, Calvin. Almost 50 feet.
Oh, I'm about to look this shit up, bro. I've never heard of some shit like that.
Titanoboa?
Oh, that shit's disgusting. That is so nasty.
What, the snake?
Bro. Yeah, dude. That's one
a 40
animal. That's one like species of animals that is just like I am so terrified of. I hate fucking snakes so bad.
Could you imagine? Imagine you're in some tropical land and you just see a 45, 50 foot long snake, probably 2 tons.
Couldn't imagine.
It's gonna be thick, super thick.
Yeah, slithering around and shit. Look that snake up, bro.
Bro, I did. That shit is disgusting.
it's oh my gosh, it weighed 1.25 tons.
Yeah.
1.25. So
hold on. How long did you say again?
It was like 45 long. Yeah.
What's 45 feet long? Put that in like how
you know anaconda, right?
It's 4.5 basketball rims up. You know, basketball to jump that the rim that's 10 feet. Stack 4 of those and a half.
That's disgusting.
Think about an anaconda, Calvin. Think about how long an anaconda is, right?
That is so disgusting.
Think about how big a damn anaconda is, right? It's double. It's double the length of that.
And
double.
It's
2 of them.
2,500 pounds. 2,500 pounds. So if it gets a hold of you, that's it, fam.
And when was this around? Like, when was this motherfucker around? Like, what?
Like, way back. Like, dinosaurs and all that shit were around. Like, way back then. That's what I'm saying, Calvin. Just tell them to stop. They don't need to do this. They don't need to do this because they wouldn't stop. They would just try to bring back everything.
Oh, listen to this. It says
humans would go extinct quick.
It weighed 1.25 tons, which is 2,500 pounds. And its body was about as wide as an aisle in like Walmart. That's about as wide its body was. And 45 feet long.
It's a snake.
You take out a village.
No, he's taking out a city. He's taking out a city.
He's taking out a city.
He's taking out a city. He's taking out Nashville.
Stop it. That son of a bitch would eat you whole with ease. And you wouldn't even, that sucker's so big, you wouldn't even show up in his stomach. Like, you know, like if you see an anaconda swallow a person whole or a python,
like
you can see you can see their body. Yes. You wouldn't see shit in that snake. Nothing.
But that's my little snack for the day.
Exactly, bro. Just 50 people gone. Yeah. Bro, it's the same thing with Megalodon. I swear to God, they would try to bring that fucker back. A 60-foot shark. I don't know, 4 or 5. I don't know how big they are.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're big. Let me see.
Bigger than that. They might be bigger. They're 60 feet long. Calvin, you ever seen a Megalodon's jaws?
Nah, bro. I'm not
looking it up.
Shit,
look it up. Look it up.
I'm not looking up shit, dog.
You see how big the mouth is on this damn shark.
Let's see.
Y'all some sick bastards to think of something to bring back.
About
I don't want to bring nothing back. There's a reason they went extinct a long time ago, Calvin. They can't coexist with humans. They just can't.
It says some scientists say the largest, or like on the largest scale, 82 feet long.
Megalodon?
Yeah, 82 feet long. It could weigh anywhere from 50 to 70 tons. So 100 to 140,000 pounds.
That's a big motherfucker.
That's like 10 times the size of a great white shark.
Oh, easy.
I'm telling you, Calvin, look at the jaws on the Megalodon. I just want you to you just gotta have some perspective of how big this shark was.
Let me do this.
I mean,
oh my God.
This is how it starts, Calvin. Let's bring back a woolly mammoth. Then you're gonna have these fuckers swimming in the ocean again.
Oh shit! Hell no.
It is too.
It's
That's a
two.
great white. That's a great white tooth compared to a megalodon tooth.
Good lord. Let's see. What's this one? Female.
Nah.
That's a great white shark right here.
Yeah. For scale. Yeah.
That's an elephant.
For scale, bro.
Let's see what region. This is too small. I can't see this.
It had to be
I'm
some
not
colder.
with all this.
Had to be some colder waters. Probably the Pacific, Atlantic, because I think the great white derives from the megalodon. It's in the same family. It's just
He's just his
scaled
little brother.
Yeah, yeah. Way,
his
way,
little
way,
brother.
little brother. Way, little brother.
Damn. Whew. I wish
Stop
they
it,
would.
scientists. Stop
I
it.
wish they would.
Stop it.
It'd be a catastrophe. All right, give me another one. It didn't have to be science. That was a good. This is good. I like this. I like this session. I did it. I'm trying to think. I did a history lesson earlier today, but I forget what it was on. Might have been Hitler.
Oh, that's a good one to talk about.
It wasn't even a deep one. It was just the fact that Hitler didn't get an art scholarship, and that's why he, mad with power, decided to take over.
Somewhat. Did you know he was product of incest too?
I did not know that.
Yeah, his dad
makes sense.
married. Yeah, his cousin. Yes.
First cousin.
Yes.
Because first cousin's genetically far enough to have children. By scientific.
Finest. It's incest.
I guess.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Either way you put it, it is.
I mean, but
it's in the family. If it's in the blood, bro, it's
It's his first cousin. Yeah, his
if you want
mother and father. His mother and father were first cousins. And then I watched a little video, which I'll plug them. Oversimplified on YouTube. They're dope as fuck. They do like history lessons and shit, but they make it like kind of interactive and fun and shit, and funny. They make humor of a lot of it. But yeah, and then like his little brother died when he was like 8, and he just spiraled after that.
And then didn't give us art scholarship.
Yep. Yeah.
Woe is me.
Spiraled.
Woe is me. Yeah.
And then blamed it all on Jewish people. Anyways.
Right. Yeah, give me one more. I'll take one more.
Can it be anything?
Anything. I gotta expand my knowledge.
You believe Hitler died in that bunker?
No, I need a topic that I'll get you a lesson on.
No. You can look up the JFK file.
No, I don't talk about Calvin, I don't want a question. I want a topic to give you a random ass fact from. So you
That's a good topic.
No, that's not. It's a simple.
Hey.
I don't want a question. I want a topic.
Hey,
so it could be like, I don't know.
You seen the JFK files?
Okay, is this a question? This is a question. Or a civics lesson?
Civics.
I don't know. I'm just bullshitting.
I just want a topic, like numbers. Then I'll just give you some random ass fact about this.
Okay, that was okay. Then my question, then my question is out the door then, because it's not a numbers question.
Well, what is it? It doesn't have to be numbers. I'm saying that's what I'm looking for. You're giving me these super specific questions. I just want a general topic that I can pull some random ass trivia fact out my head.
I don't know, Mark.
What's your question?
You got it. Mark. I was gonna say, all right, then, since we're on topic of like history and everything, in your opinion, who was the greatest like ruler, or who was like the greatest like, or who was like the most like? Okay, I was gonna say who's most powerful. Is that still your statement?
He might have been the best.
Is that still your
conqueror ruler?
Oh shit! I don't know. That's tough. Because, I mean,
no, Mark, say it. Who do you think?
The greatest ruler ever? It's tough because most
or most powerful, I guess you could say.
Oh, most powerful ever? Damn, that's hard too. Because all dictators are super powerful. They have a lot of influence on everything. You probably could go like the
Who was
Egyptian
the?
kings.
Yeah, I was thinking some Egyptian guys.
Yeah.
Who was the ruler of Russia when Hitler was taking over?
Stalin.
Oh,
Was
Stalin?
that the Stalin? I
He
might go.
sucked.
I might go Stalin in terms of most powerful because if Hitler hadn't betrayed Russia, he probably would have pulled off taking over Europe. It's the fact that he pissed Stalin off, crossed him, backstabbed him, and Stalin said, "Oh, you think shit's sweet?" And Russia proceeded to fuck up Germany. I
Yeah,
mean, Russia
and
got fucked up too because there's more Russians that died in World
yes,
War II than any other.
like 14 million of them. Yes,
Oh, I think it's in the 20s. It might be like
they
20.
don't really know. They just know
Yeah,
it's like
estimation.
it's not. Yeah, well, that was never. I mean, Hitler was
It's
going to
hard.
try to take Russia anyway because the
Right,
oil
right.
fields for
Yeah,
one, and he hated communism, like with a passion. Hated
yeah.
communism. So he was always going to backstab Stalin. Stalin also, in terms of body count, killed more people than Hitler, and they were his own people. He
Right.
had his own
Yeah.
concentration camps where he killed like 15 million Soviet Union, Russian, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, him and Lenin were pretty powerful. Lenin started that whole communist movement with the Bolsheviks, and during World War I, and yeah, I mean, no one would cross Stalin, right? None of his people would. He'd kill him. Same
Right.
thing with Hitler. He'd have him killed. Saddam Hussein, he'd have him killed. Yeah, I mean, most
List goes on and
dictators.
on.
Yeah, if you were a dictator and you had full-fledged power and rule over everything, there was nothing that could stop you.
Yeah.
In your country, there was nothing that could stop you because you had the full might of everything. So you could put them up there. I think you could probably put Egyptian kings up there for sure. I mean, this might be a little controversy, but if you talk about leaders, you can put Jesus Christ in there. Just you could probably put Alexander Great
Maybe.
was a great leader. He was also more of a conqueror. Leonidas, but
Yeah. The Persian Empire.
yeah, it's a slippery slope. I mean, you could throw the only one in the United States, in my opinion, you could throw in there would be Abraham Lincoln. That'd be it. Just because of what happened at that time period and him ending it and ending slavery and then
the emancipation.
ending slavery and then bringing the whole country back together when it was separated and the war broke out. I'm trying to think. Maybe Gandhi? I mean, in terms of the most peaceful, probably
Not most powerful though.
no.
I'd say
Would you say there's more influence?
Influential, you could probably put up there, but I don't think influential and powerfulness they can be the same thing, but not necessarily.
Yeah, because it's this is what I'm talking about. It could go either way. Because I could say Martin Luther King was a great leader, phenomenal leader, right? Because he was.
Right,
but
not necessarily the most powerful.
Powerful, right?
Yeah.
If you talk about power, you're going to talk about dictators because they wielded their power the most out of anybody.
All right. Topic. One more. One last.
I can go, but you know what, Calvin? Since you brought up if he died in that bunker, you got me thinking. You ever seen the JFK files that were released several years ago?
God damn it, Mark.
Well, what's it on? No, I haven't seen it. That's probably something I would probably watch.
Okay, so when Trump was like first president, he released some of the JFK files, which was classified documents that the government's had for years after, stuff they'd been CIA, FBI, all that had been going after JFK was assassinated. Well, you can look it up. It's there. In 1956, 57, they had a CIA operative in Argentina. Okay. And while he was down there, he thought he discovered Hitler. And he took a picture of him. And in his notes, he said, and in the picture, you can see, the little mustache and stuff like that. Because a lot of the big heads of Nazis fled to South America after the Russians and the United States were taking Germany. They fled. They left the concentration. They got out of there because they knew they were war criminals. They were going to go to trial, and so they fled to South America. So apparently, in the CIA operative's notes, he had that was Hitler, and that they were high-ranking German officials down there in Argentina, and still referring to him as the Führer. You look this shit up. It's on there.
Where is this on? Like,
just type in JFK files Hitler on the internet. Google.
Okay.
So did he die?
Well,
I don't know.
For me, anytime a body was never recovered,
that's right.
That's when anytime there's that, I always have some skepticism.
That's right.
Because anytime somebody dies, they're not going anywhere. So unless, obviously, if there's like an explosion, something like that, but even then, body parts, at least something that they can use to DNA cross-reference. But I don't know.
I got something for you, Finis.
Yes.
Have we ever been to the moon?
Yes, we have.
You think we have? You sure?
I know for a fact.
Hey, man.
I've seen.
This is 1969.
I understand.
They had the technology to radio back.
No,
outside the craft.
No, they did, but here's the
thing. Had a video camera rolling that could go to satellites to hit American TVs or TVs around the world.
Yes. Here's
from
why,
outer space. In 1969.
Yes, here's why, Mark. Because one, if you look at the video quality is shitty. So let's not act like it was. Mark, let me get there.
They gotta make it shitty.
Because all this is people that don't understand how certain things work. Now, back then, you had satellite and you had TV, you had radios and stuff like that. It's all the same thing. It's electromagnetic waves. That's how you send information. So here's what they did to get the broadcast from the moon to TVs. They had to use all of the broadcasting power that the United States had at the time. So it's not like they just had one tower. No, they used every single bit of broadcasting power they had. And literally teams and companies worked together so that they could take the radio signals they were getting from the moon to the satellites. And if you watch the broadcast, it's terrible because the technology was so bad. It's not like it was like an iPhone thing. No, it was awful. And they used all the, literally 100% of the broadcasting power that the United States of America TV broadcasting had to get the broadcast to America. That's simple. That's how they're able to do it. It just took 100% of the broadcasting power. Literally all of it. It took every single broadcasting company working together and NASA working together to get the broadcast to happen. That's how it happened. Let's not act like I do know. I know for a fact you've been to the moon. Let's not act. The only people that don't think we've been to the moon are people that don't study space. Anybody that studies space knows that we've been to the moon. Here's my other thing. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. That's just tackling the problem of the broadcasting thing. Yeah, we had the technology to do it, but that's why the video quality is trash, because it's the 60s, right? But don't act like the 60s we didn't have any technology whatsoever. We were in a Cold War. We were gonna find a way to get the shit done. But yeah, what else? What's next? I've been debunking the moon thing for years. All science. Just radio waves. We had radios back then.
I don't know, man.
Mark doesn't disbelieve. Mark doesn't believe it. He's gonna stand by what he believes in, man.
Let's see.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. That's just facts. That's all I do is state facts.
So what do you think about this? What are we going to find in our oceans when we finally get, this will probably could be hundreds of years from now, right? And the right technology to make a submersive to go all the way down and still retain air for, the occupants. What do you think's down there? How many species?
That's hard. Probably at least a few hundred, like on a soup. I mean, at the bare minimum, probably. Here's what we will find though. We'll find species of fish, and I'll say fish because I don't think
aliens.
No, not aliens because if they're from Earth, they're not aliens. They're just going to be creatures that we've never seen before. They're probably going to be fairly large because the water pressure down there is ridiculous. They're probably not going to have, if they do have eyes, they're probably not going to be very useful because it's so dark down there. And they're probably going to have adaptations to their sensories, hearing and seeing sensories are probably going to be altered to an extent that we've never seen before because no other species lives in that type of environment. And I don't know how many iterations of evolution you can have that deep darkness. So there's no telling what we're going to find. So, but that is
I mean, we won't be around for it, but, there will come a day,
man,
if the Earth's still around, that they'll be able to make a submersive to go all the way down there. There will come a day.
It's just the fact that, like, it's like another universe down there, and it's just below us.
Yeah.
It's just the fact of that, dude. And
the ocean is terrifying.
What?
So you know what's another possibility? That there's nothing down there. The fact that there's just statistically speaking, just purely statistically speaking, there's just a good enough chance that there's all kinds of shit down there that we don't know of. There's just good a chance of that that it's such a harsh condition that there's nothing. You can get so deep to where nothing can survive that amount of water. There's a possibility. Now, I think that there's a higher chance that there's stuff down there that just lives down there. But you got to think about when you get down there, the distribution of fish or the distribution of population goes down as you get deeper just because of just the conditions. So therefore, that means that there's going to be a scarcity or less supply of prey versus predator. So once you get down there, it becomes those things probably zombie-like, I would assume zombie-like fish, where they could go months without eating. Because the scarcity of just the abundance of fish down there has got to be ridiculous.
Godzilla's down there, man.
Couldn't disprove it.
The thing about it, if it's down there, I bet that thing is like skinny as shit.
No, it's got to be thick. It's got to be thick.
You think so?
It's got to withstand that water pressure. It's got to be thicker than a Snicker. It's got to be able to balance out that amount of water pressure with the internal force of its body. So it's got to be super thick and super strong, and it's probably big as shit.
Yeah,
got to be. That's the only thing logistically that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All that.
What's the farthest we've been down into the ocean that you know of?
We've been to the bottom of a certain spot, but not
the furthest point. The deepest trench, haven't we?
Yes, we've been to the deepest trench, but not the furthest, but not the lowest point.
Not the drop off of the trench.
Where is that? Like where do they do this at? Like what area of the world?
It's the Pacific, ain't it?
Look it up right
now. Isn't the deepest trench deepest trench is in the Arabian Sea, ain't it?
Let's see. The deepest let's Well, it shows the deepest part of the ocean, but that's not where we've been. It's called Challenger's Deep, but it's located beneath the Western Pacific Ocean in the southern end of the Mariana Trench. Yeah, which this is the southwest U.S. territorial island of Guam. It's approximately 35,000 feet deep, 35.8.
Woo! You know what's
Christ.
crazy? And like, there's just no light down there. None. Just
None.
pitch black. Terrifying, bro. That's terrifying.
Oh wait, it's been a record-breaking expedition in more ways than one. The Vescovios trip to the Challenger Deep at the southern end of the Pacific Ocean. Back in May, the deepest manned sea dive ever recorded, 35.8 thousand feet. We've been to that's not the deepest.
That's not the
Before.
deepest part of the ocean. No chance. No chance. I refuse to believe that.
If so, that means we've been to the. Hang on.
You're talking about we ain't even discovered
Wait a minute.
70% of our oceans, bro.
No. Oh, wait. Close. So the deepest part of the ocean is 36,000. We've been 35.8. So off
That
by
they know of. That they know of.
no, you can use seismographs to tell how deep. No, dude,
I just feel
it's like yeah, Marina's Trench is the deepest. We've been there, dude. Now, to your point though, we haven't been at the lowest part and excavated across the whole bottom of the ocean. We haven't done that because that would take millennia. But we've been 35.8 thousand feet deep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Pretty damn
now
cool.
this is completely opposite. Did you know on Mount Everest, all the people that have died up there are still perfectly preserved,
Yep.
frozen in time, frozen up there?
Yeah.
You know what
Damn.
happened? They go to the mountain to scale it, right? To go to the summit of Mount Everest. Either there's a storm or they fall or whatever, however they die up there, and they get frozen in time, like their body freezes, so they don't, decompose.
Yeah.
They don't decompose at all, and they can't get their bodies to bury them because the air's so thin. Helicopters will crash, and they have crashed. There's no air up there.
And it's a suicide mission to try to go up there and get them yourself.
Yes, you can see like pictures. You can look that shit up online too. That shit's crazy. You can just see people just dead as shit in the snow.
Bro.
Got like a jacket from like the 1950s on, just dead as hell.
And then, like in a specific position too, just
just frozen. Yeah.
wow.
It's the same thing. Like I saw some morbid shit, but on YouTube, these guys they dive, but they don't die. They dive in submersives, and they'll go look to see if they can find people who've drowned in the ocean. Like they went on they were diving and they just did, and they're perfectly preserved too. They can't decompose.
Right.
So they find people all the time. They got like their arms stuck in a rock while they were diving in the ocean, just couldn't get out, ran out of oxygen. Shit's crazy. Like their wetsuits still perfect, their flipper, everything's still perfect. They're not even decomposed. They're not decomposed. There's no sun, no heat.
That's different, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gave me
got a good history lesson in.
A very good history lesson of some shit that I'm not gonna look up. Respectfully, I'm not gonna look that shit up.
One fun fact before we sign off, because we're talking about the lowest point and the highest point on Earth. Did you know that the Earth is so I don't know. I gotta be careful. The world is so big that if you were big enough to hold the earth in your hand, the difference between the lowest part of the earth and the highest part of the earth is so minute that if you could hold the earth in your hand, it'd feel like the smoothest ball you've ever felt in your hand.
The smoothest what?
The smoothest ball, like a bowling, like smooth, like a cue ball, super smooth.
I'm not following you here.
If you could hold the earth in your hand,
yes,
it would feel like a cue ball. How smooth it is.
Okay, what? How and where? Why is that? Where's that coming from?
It's just a random fact because we're talking about the furthest point. Because the lowest point and the highest. No, listen. The lowest point on Earth and the highest point, it's only a difference of 7 miles. Only a difference of 7 miles. The Earth itself, think about how big it is. Vastly bigger than 7 miles. Vastly big. And it's spherical because, gravity. Sorry for all you flat earthers up there, but gravity works in spheres. That's how gravity and center mass works. So it's a sphere. It's only 7 mile difference when you look at. Look, give me just a second. I got to pull up these numbers.
Bro,
I'm with you. I'm with you, Cal.
Wait. So think about it. So imagine if you had we have a ball, Earth. The difference in height between the lowest point and the highest point, 7 miles. The Earth radius is 3.9 thousand miles. How big it is. So when you're talking about 3,000 miles in radius, that's the radius. So diameter, you're talking twice that, right? You're talking basically 8 miles in diameter. So that's 7 miles up and down. You couldn't even feel it if you could hold the earth in your hand. That's how symmetrical the earth is. But conceptually, it's hard to understand because we see mountains and we're like, oh my God, everything looks so rugged and hilly, and you got oceans are deep, and then you look at mountains like just giant, jagged. You would think it'd be like running your finger over just sandpaper, but it's not. It's only 7.5 miles between the highest and the lowest, and yet the diameter of the earth is almost 8,000 miles long. It's only 7 mile difference. That's like if you got a ball that's, let's say, 8.
I get the mile
8 feet, right? Yeah. So that's just how it would feel if you scale it. Scaling part. That's how it would feel.
I got you there because it's what 5,200 and what for a mile.
You talking about feet?
Yeah,
yeah.
In 1 mile. Mm-hmm. Most mountains. I mean, like shit. I mean, hell, Gallenberg. That's only 1,000 feet.
Right.
Above sea level. I mean, in Colorado, where we were at was like, I think like 12 or 13,000, maybe 14,000 at its highest peak. I don't know what Everest is at. I think Everest is the biggest, correct?
Hang on. Yeah.
At its peak.
It is. It's only 5 miles high. So yeah, think about it. It's only 5 miles high. And then the lowest point on Earth, like if you go dive into the ocean, it's only 35. So it's like only what 2-3-ish miles down.
At 35,000 feet?
No. So it'd be more than that because you could fit Mount Everest at the bottom of the ocean. It would.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they say. You could fit every mountain range in the ocean with ease, and you wouldn't see them.
But from sea level, obviously from sea level, whatever. But it's minute. You look at the radius of the Earth, 4,000 miles to 5. You wouldn't notice that.
Honestly, that's all probably the bottom of the ocean is. It's just giant mountain ranges. They're just underwater.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, they're volcanoes.
That's what mountain range. That's what continents are. That continent just keeps going down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Think about it. The continent that it touches the ground. It touches the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's not floating. Or is it? No, it's not.
It's not floating.
Because if you drill down far enough, you'll hit
water,
lava, or water, depending where you're drilling. But yeah, let me see what the circle is.
No, because if it was floating, we would be constantly moving.
Not necessarily.
But you would feel it, even here.
Not necessarily.
If you're floating on water.
Yeah, because if you're floating on water, but you're floating on a piece of mass that's so massive, the movement and the changing the movement you wouldn't feel. It's like the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, or 1,000 kilometers a second. No, about 750 miles an hour. We don't feel it, and the Earth is orbiting around the sun at, I think it's like 35,000 kilometers a second. We don't feel it.
I feel like you'd feel like you're floating on water, though.
Again, it depends, because you got to think about how massive the continent is.
Just saying. Like, if you lived in Hawaii, right? You lived in Hawaii. Hawaii don't float, right? You would feel it there, 100%.
Well,
you would fucking move.
Oh, again, Hawaii's different, because now we're talking about smaller mass. If you're talking about the continent of Africa, now it's a little different, because you're talking about a more massive object. It gets different when the masses get smaller.
But I'm just saying, none of it's floating, which is crazy.
Because if you're on a,
that means it, like you said, it touches the ground.
Yeah.
It touches the bottom of the ocean. Essentially, correct?
Yeah, that's what I think conceptually. Again, I can't prove this.
Because even in Hawaii, it's a large mass of land. It's volcanoes and shit. You know, and that means it touches the bottom.
Yeah.
It's not floating.
I'm not floating.
None of us are floating.
Well, technically, we're all just floating in middle space.
But are we?
Yeah.
Y'all make my head hurt, bro. Y'all got me thinking. From the damn dinosaurs to this shit to...
This might be our best pod ever.
Technically, is what you define as floating. Because if you're talking about floating in the sense of, like, the Earth isn't physically touching anything, then yes, we're floating. But technically, you could argue that we're not floating because we're sitting on the space-time continuum, and we're just moving along the curve along the space-time continuum around the sun. So you could technically argue we're not floating.
Spinning.
Tomatoes,
like
tomatoes. You know. But
rotating, spinning, like you said.
You can float and spin and rotate.
In space?
Well, just in general, you can float and spin at the same time. Because if you're floating something on water, you can still spin it, and it can be spinning while it's floating.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but
I just don't think I don't see. But at the same time, why wouldn't the Earth float? You have zero gravity.
Well,
wouldn't that impact the Earth even as big as it is?
What do you mean? We don't have zero gravity. What do you mean?
Not us. I'm talking about in outer space, as Earth as a whole.
No, Earth has gravity. That's why we're orbiting the sun and the moon. And the moon orbits us, but the moon pulls on us as we. So there's gravity being forced on the Earth. Earth feels gravity.
So okay, so why if you go to outer space, you have zero gravity as a human being?
You don't have zero gravity. There's gravity space. Now, the gravity is super, super small in that sense, but there's not zero gravity. It's just minute.
So when they say zero G's, that's a lie.
No, not necessarily.
Or negative G's, because zero and negative G's, you would float, technically.
Yeah, well, prospectively, yeah, because once you go in that term, you're thinking of as a vector. Yes, negative G's, you float up.
Yes.
It gets tricky with the wordplay because Yes, no. So the reason why you have zero G's in space is because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when you're in space, let's say you're in space and you're next to Earth, like you're just at the satellite that's right there, Earth. You're pulling on the Earth as the Earth is pulling you, but the pull is only as much as you weigh, which is weigh as much mass as you have. We'll say that because weight and mass are two different things. As much matter as you can take, which is not a lot compared to Earth because it's humongous compared to us. So by that sense, you don't weigh anything because you couldn't get on a scale and weigh yourself, but you have mass. So you and the Earth are still going to interact. It's just negligible until you get outside the Earth's sphere of influence. Then that's when things get tricky. And then if you're in the deep vacuum of space, there is no gravity acting on you once you're outside of the sphere of influence of said object.
Well, you're dead at that point, but
oh yeah, I mean,
you're just dead. I mean, but
it just all depends. But that's why satellites, once you put them in space, once you get them in orbit, there's not much like energy being put into them because just you put them at the Lagrangian point, which is just the point where you can keep it in orbit and it doesn't fall in or move out. It stays right there, and that's based on the mass of the satellite and the mass of the Earth. Once you get at the Lagrangian point, there's almost no energy being put into the satellite. It's moving. It's orbiting doing anything. And it's just stuck there in perpetuity. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
That was a good one though. All sciencey. Little history lesson. Mark bringing up the JFK. Calvin with the Hitler questions.
Conspiracy theory, yeah, a little everything.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything in there for the viewers, listeners. All right, guys.
We're more versatile than just sports, people.
Right.
we do have other topics and opinions that we do like to put our 2 cents in sometimes.
We pay attention to other things.
It's funny y'all say that because I actually had a friend that he listens to the pod, but he doesn't watch sports. He's not into sports or whatever. I'm like, we talk about other things every now and then. It almost feels like we're trying to prove a point about not talking about sports. But
we're versatile over here at the Guardians of 615.
Sometimes it happens. Yeah, whatever's on the mind. But all right, we're signing off. We appreciate you guys for listening and or watching, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
I'm gonna chase my